Alrighty, hey, this is Dr. Stan Harris, known as Dr. Breakthrough, with a quick breakthrough thought. Remember, as Dr. Breakthrough, I can't provide the breakthrough, I just prescribe the breakthrough. However, when people follow the breakthrough prescription, God Almighty provides the breakthrough they desire and deserve. But what's a breakthrough? It's exploding through barriers that at one time seemed insurmountable. See, my friend, I empower people to activate their breakthrough consciousness. Activate the breakthrough consciousness. And consciousness just means awareness. And so what happens is when your breakthrough consciousness is not activated, when something happens, you just say, woe was me. This is too hard. I can't do it. But when you activate your breakthrough consciousness, you say, listen, I'm going over this. I'm going around this. I'm going under this, or I'm going to break right through this. Okay. So let me give you a quick breakthrough thought. When you focus on the win more than the win, you often lose. However, when you focus on the win over the win, you often win. That is my daughter, Dr. Katrina. Oh my goodness. Dr. Christina. Forgive me. Dr. Christina Harris. Incredible, beautiful, brilliant young lady. Just and all around. But anyway, just incredible. But she came up, did a speech on one of the trainings I had. And oh my goodness, she brought that quote out. It was amazing. So I want to break it down real quick, and then I'm going to let you go. So when you focus on the win, that's the WHEN, more than the win, the WIN, you often lose. However, when you focus on the win, the WIN, over the WHEN, you often win. So let's go back. So when you focus on the win, the WHEN, in other words, it's great to have goals. It's great to have aspirations. It's great to set time frames. That's oftentimes what makes things happen. But watch this, my friend. Sometimes life comes in. Anybody had life happening to them lately, right? Travel all over the world. And guess what? I'm not traveling anymore. I'm home. But watch this, my friend. Here's what I'm saying. So when you focus on the win, the WHEN, so you want to get this done by a certain time, more than the WIN, the win, the overall winning, then guess what? You often lose. Why? Because if you're like I am, you get frustrated and it's like, man, I wanted this to happen, but I wanted to hear, but you get focused on when you want it to happen. You see what I'm saying? So you start losing sight over the win, and you start focusing more on when you want the win, WIN, to happen. So you start focusing on the WHEN when you want the WIN to happen. And what happens? It makes you frustrated. What happens? You get out of kilter. What happens? You get out of character, my friend, because now you're like, oh, you're frustrated, you're mad, you're upset, and you don't know what to do, my friend. And then you start wondering, man, why has this happened to me? And so one of my mentors really helped me out with something powerful. Charlie Tremendous Jones, he's now in heaven. He wrote a book called Life is Tremendous. He's the one that said you'll be the same you are 5 years from now, except for the books you read and the people you meet. And I like to add, in the seminars you attend. But anyway, he said, would you like to know why, young Dr. Breakthrough, why most people never succeed? And I was like, yes, I'd like to know why. He said, most people never succeed because they do not have a plan. I said, okay. He said, now, would you like to know why most people with the plan? You just asked me you said why most people don't succeed. You said they don't succeed because they have a plan. Now you're asking me, why is it most people with a plan never succeed? He said, yes. I said, okay, why? He said, because they stick to their plans. I was like, what? He said, man, see, life is evolving and things are changing. Here's what happened. The normal person doesn't succeed because they don't have a plan. But then the people with the plan, they often don't succeed because they get so focused, so stuck to their plan that they get knocked out of kilter because they want to stick to the plan that they had instead of learning how to roll with the punches. See, a bend in the road is not the end of the road unless you refuse to turn. And blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. So again, if you focus on the win, WHEN, too much over the WIN win, you lose. However, when you shift your focus to the WIN, more than the WHEN, you often win. Why? Because now it's the end objective. And yes, you can set a goal and say, I want to do this by next year. And next year comes and life happens and things happen. And I like what Les Brown says, if life knocks you down, fall on your back, because as long as you can look up, you can get up. Come on, somebody. But listen, but you can set your goal, say next year, and it doesn't happen by next year. But guess what? If you're not as focused on the year or when it happens as you are focused on the fact that you're going to win, accomplish that certain objective or thing, guess what? You just keep on keeping on. And you might be like one company, my friend, they failed, they tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed. And so eventually they succeeded and they said, what should we call this? And the guy said, let's call it what it is. And he said, what is it? He said, Formula 409. That's right, it's a cleanser. Formula 409. In other words, they failed 408 times, but on the 409th time, they succeeded. See, if they would have focused on the WHEN win over the WIN, they'd have lost. But since they were more focused on the WIN of the win instead of the WHEN of the win, then they were. Now, it took them 408 different tries, and how long it took, I don't know. But I'm saying this, my friend, you got to get set. You got to understand this principle. I'm so glad that my daughter brought that out. And I'm telling you, it could change your life for the rest of your life. So again, my friend, don't be so focused on the win, the WHEN of when you want this thing to happen, because then you often lose. You want to be so focused on the WIN on more than the WHEN, so that even if it doesn't happen when you plan, even if it doesn't happen when you want it, my friend, you still are winning. How many times a young lady, she thought she had planned that she was going to be married and have children by a certain time, and guess what, my friend, now she's all frustrated and discombobulated and everything else. And no. I mean, how many times does a person say, okay, I'm graduating, and so I want to have a job and have this thing situated, or start my business and have things going and done that? No. Got to focus on the WIN, the win, the overall big win, more than the timing of WHEN win. Does that make sense? Is this helping anybody? Yes, or yes. Hey, if you like this, give me a like.